Hi everyone. Now what am I going to talk about today? Got to talk about something. Anyhow, this is a Friday morning, nice and bright outside. Sorry for the plant people, there's still not much going on in the greenhouses, and haven't done much on the telephones either. But anyhow, let's have a look at a few lamps. I was looking at another offering on YouTube by Parrot 175. Now I'd recommend having a look at his videos. They're very, very good. I had a look at this one entitled Restore Lighting and Elevators V12. I presume that means number 12 of a series, and as it said, it went to a restore shop which seems to be very popular in America. My comments over this is that there is a lot of difference between us and America. That little pond we cross, or would like to cross occasionally, it does bring in quite a few different lamps. Now also my thanks and interest go out to our continental friends who I've contacted in some cases, and they have put up some very good videos on the lamps, particularly the mercury vapours, sodium vapours. I won't try the German, unfortunately. I do not speak German, but I can understand certain words. So if I've answered some of their offerings in English, I do apologise. If I knew German, I would certainly do that. Anyhow, as I say, I haven't shown myself on these. I suppose I will one of these days. Some of you know me, some of you don't. But I've been doing it quite a long time. Also trying to get back onto the lighting gallery of America. I unfortunately had to drop out of that due to having a heart problem, and I had to slow down on a lot of things. But now, fortunately, I'm on pills, which makes me rattle every time I take them, and feel quite a bit better. Also, I may say that it is amazing how many people collect lamps and also got, be it a slight interest or a lot of interest, in the old elevators or lifts. Once again, I can go back to my school days, which is going back to the 1950s. Who remembers the adverts on the boards along the road for 1957? Enjoy 1957 with Heinz 57 varieties. Along that same road we had trolley buses. Oh dear, they've all gone now. I think we live in quite a sad time. But anyhow, I mustn't reminisce too much. I'll show you a few more bulbs. I've got loads upstairs. It's just a case of sorting them out and having a little talk about them. We've got over here a Thorn photographic lamp. There's the bulb itself. I haven't arranged these to be lit. I could do, but I haven't in this case. This is what they call a photo flood. Used as the etch. See if my etch comes up well. This is the problem we often have, is getting the etch to actually focus. I will say one of my German friends does very well on the etches, and he always shows the etch of a lamp, which is good, and it is a good thing. Anyway, this is Thorn. Thorn, they also had the name Atlas, but now I think they're all under GE. It's these lamps light up very, very bright. They're short-lived, probably we're talking about a couple of hours, if that. But they are to enable people to take films, photographs. So that one will never be lit up because I don't want to run it down. The box in question we have here, 240, 250, 500 watts. If you were to run this on 110, it would still probably be quite bright and obviously last quite a while. Anyhow, the one we got up next, very difficulty taking them out of the box. Where I've got holding the camera and taking them out is a bit difficult. Let's have a little look. Asda. Asda was in the old days, I say the old days, I think a few years ago, but it was longer than that, Associated Dairies. They were quite a large chain of grocery stores, groceries, clothes, and they were taken over by the American company, the name which has slipped me at the moment, and there is talk of them combining with our Sainsbury's to offer a wider range. Anyhow, getting back from the bulb here, it's got the Asda name on there. Can I bring this up? How might it be showing there? There's them. Made in PRC, China. It's, I suppose, not amazing now to see a lot of these lamps are actually made in China. Some of the lamps put up by the German friend, although they had the name Osram on them, which is a good old German name, they were made in China. So this seems to be the way things are going. Anyway, let's look at a decorative lamp. I might have shown these before. I'm quite honest, I've got so many lamps in boxes upstairs. This box was partly from lamps sent over from America. It's called Scary Effects. Great for parties. 3 watt, 120 volt. It's American. And guess where it's made? Well, it does say on the box, warning, bulb gets hot in use. I don't quite know why they say that, because this is in fact a neon. There's your 2 electrodes. There would be a resistor in the medium base. The shape of the envelope is typical of the American shape, and obviously used at parties and the like. Now, leaving that, we come on to a vintage lamp. Well, fairly vintage, I would say. This was probably made, let's have a look, yeah, made by Bell, British Electric Lamps Limited, and their factory was in Wimbledon, which at the time I was working in the local exchange, telephone exchange, which was within walking distance of the factory, Spencer Hill Road. The company's still in existence, but they have moved. They're no longer in Wimbledon. Anyhow, this is one of the candle type lamps. It's obviously made in the shape of a candle with the little bit at the end representing a wick. They did in fact specialise in decorative lamps at one time. Well, they probably still do, but they do other lamps now, or they have their names on other lamps. And let's have a look at another neon. This I can see is 240 volt, so it's obviously for the European, UK markets, and it's another neon. The electrodes are coated with some kind of oxide which glows excuse me, in different colours. It's basically a neon lamp. Once again, there would be a resistor in the base, and as this is an English one, we'll call this an Edison screw base. In America it would be called a medium base, but over here it's Edison screw, the same cap, it's a different name. There's what's like inside. I haven't shown it a light. It's easier to just initially give a little talk without worrying about screwing them in. And while we're talking about these type of neon lamps, we've got another one here. This one got the base there. Oh, that's 220 volts, so that is a European one as well. Made in Taiwan. Taiwan is virtually under China. So 220 volts, Taiwan. And there's the two electrodes. The one on the far left hand side is not, as far as I can see, is not connected at the pinch, so that just shows up as a white background. The other two electrodes, which form the shape of a swan, are connected, and that would be just a normal, I say normal, it would be a normal neon type lamp, also with a resistor in the base. Anyway, we're jumping, as I say, from different countries. The next one we got on here, I might have shown this before, I probably have. It's, let's put it down there so we can see what I've got. It's a combined, well, not combined, it's a made up, well, not made up, it's, let me show you the box. There's even a spare bulb inside the box. I probably have shown this before. It's interesting, it's American. There's all about it. Rather than hear me jabbering about it, that's where you always stop the video and have a little read what it says. It's a gallery, halogen gallery lamp, par 30. Par means parabolic, referring to the shape of the reflector, and I think 30 is the measurement across it. If I'm wrong on there, someone can put me right. Numbers and me do not get on. And what you've got to reflect it. It looks like a lamp, but in fact it's made up together. Save money, time, space and the environment. 120 volts, 75 watts. And the lamp that it uses, which are available, not in England, but they would be available in America, as far as I know, is that one there, Lampe Ampule, French. The company, don't even know if they're in business still, Lightline. Here's a little curio which is added to the collection. Here you can see it's got the two underwriters, the Canadian underwriters with the C and the American underwriters. It's like their safety standard. In England it would be the British Standard Institute. And there's, as I say, the two parts. The lamp reflector. It plugs into there and you've got a nice reflector. Right, leaving that, we'll come on to something a little bit different. During the war, sorry to mention the war, but World War II, the Air Force, and I think these were possibly used in the planes, I don't know, but I know these are Air Ministry lamps. There would have been, can't get it on there, there would have been something written on there, but unfortunately it's rubbed off or it's obliterated. It's a strip light type lamp, tungsten. Oh, here was some writing on here. I might have put a similar one of these up at some other time. Let's see if we can get it a bit sharper. I can see it's made by Mazda, 220 volts. It's 100 watt. BTH, which is British Thomson Houston. That, as I've said in the past, is the company which was under GE of America. Still on the other side. No, there's normally what we would call the broad arrow, which refers to being government or military. Anyhow, why I show this is because when I went to France many years ago, they had a lamp arrangement, or a lamp, where we would have our size strip lights, but in France they had this type. It's under the name Lino Light, which also appeared in England, but not the same lamp. Let me show you at the back. Lino Light, it's this is 75 watts. Car 40. As I say, I do not understand or speak French either. I do apologise. Certain words I understand. Here is the base type S19, the 60, 75 watt, and our good old energy thing, which as you can see is right down the bottom, so not very efficient. But there again, they're used for like a little light above a shaving a mirror in the bathroom, which you'd only use occasionally. I've got, I think all the information's there. Carrefour, I think, is their large supermarket group out there. I think Carrefour translates means a crossroad, I believe. Once again, someone will correct me. But it goes under the name Lino Light. That's the, I think, what they call this type of lamp now. and departed means frosted. And let me show you the actual lamp, or similar lamp. There's a similar lamp. It's got a name on there, Aric, made in France. Aric. I don't know much about the company called Aric. I don't even know if they're in business still. But there's the lamp, and it's the same length as the Air Ministry lamp. Not quite as fat, but certainly the same length, and it has the same base. Well, we're on there, got another one. I wish I had an extra hand, it'd be easier. And this one's actually called Lino Light. In France they're quite common. Once again, made in France. I think it's France, it says there. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Made in France. More information of the edge. Yeah, while comparing, we'll have a look at English strip light. Slightly different. It's about an inch shorter than the French example, so it wouldn't fit into the French style Lino light. Strip lights were quite popular. They used to display shop windows and various things. They were slim and could easily be hidden or fitted up. There's information on them, but it'll show up. It might do. We'll have a little look. It says made in Britain. No name on it, or can't see a name on it. All these lamps are in fact workers. I would say about 90% of the lamps in the collection are in fact workers. And as I say, this is an example of our strip light. They also made them in different sizes. The smallest one, excuse it being a bit grubby, and decorative lamp made by Bell. £30. There will give you an idea of the size. There's my hand, and there's the lamp. A very small strip light. I don't even know if they're available still. As I say, so many things have happened since the early days. We've got another lamp in this box. I won't take it out. It's same style lamp by Philips. It's quite an old one. Well, I can get it out. Let's have a look if it will come out. It's got a nice clear edge. Philips 130 volt, 40 watts, so this was on quite a low voltage. In perfect condition. You can see the filament has got a very loose twist to it. Now I can show it better. I don't know whether it will show up. There's the filament there. It might be showing up. The camera will focus. Now this is quite an old lamp. This is probably going back to the 1950s or that time thereabouts. It might even be before then. Anyhow, that concludes this little edition of lamps that I'm showing you. Once again, have a look at Restore Lighting and Elevators V12, which is interesting, which is by Parrot175 on YouTube. He has asked on his video to mention his video, so that's exactly what I've done, so I'm not doing anything naughty. I'm virtually praising his offering, which is very, very good. So there we are. I don't know what will be up next. Sorry I've been off the air the last few days. I've had trouble with my modem, or as BT call it, a hub. So I'm now all connected up again, and hopefully I'll be able to add more videos. Once again, any comments please make. Oh, and by the way, I've got to get back to a gentleman from Ohio concerning the Erica phone type of telephone. I will answer that as well. As I say, my eyes are not too bad and I actually see things, which is nice. Anyhow, thanks again. Any comments please make, subscribe, and do all the things you do on YouTube. Thank you again.